Imagine a country made of 1,200 tiny islands, most just barely peaking above sea level. The Maldives isn't just paradise. It's a floating dream lost in the middle of the Indian Ocean, scattered, stunning, and somehow still standing. Now picture this, you're standing in a place so ancient, even Charles Darwin couldn't resist geeking out over it. Yep, the Maldives isn't just a tropical escape, it's a living laboratory. Back in 1842, Darwin laid down a theory about how these dreamy atolls came to be, and to this day, science still gives him a respectful nod. Volcanoes did the heavy lifting deep under the ocean, then corals took over like patient artists, building rings around them as the volcanoes slowly sank. What's left behind? Perfect little circles of paradise with lagoons so clear they look photoshopped. And get this, the Maldives isn't just a dot on the map. It stretches 823 kilometers from top to bottom and 130 kilometers across. But don't let the distance fool you. More than 99% of it is water. That's right. This is a country where land is just a guest and the sea is the landlord. In the Maldives, even the weather knows how to put on a show. This place isn't just sunny. It's got two moods thanks to its tropical monsoon climate. From November to April, it's all clear skies, soft breezes, and that golden sunlight you swear only exists on Instagram. But come May to October, the southwest monsoon rolls in with a dramatic flair. Think rain showers, cooler winds, and a landscape that turns from paradise to jungle paradise. And while the seasons shift, the temperature barely flinches. It hovers steadily between 26 degrees Celsius and 29 degrees Celsius, like the Maldives is on a year-long vacation setting. Even the country's highest natural point, just 2.4 meters above sea level. That's less than the height of a standard door frame. But this gentle consistency isn't just good for sunbathing. It's what makes the Maldives a biodiversity hotspot, with marine life thriving in these stable, warm waters like it's their own personal spa. Some islands are just islands, but in the Maldives, they tell stories, each one like a chapter in a tropical fairy tale, and trust me, you'll want to read them all. Take Dagura Island. It's long, lean, and legendary, about 2.5 kilometers of white sand wrapped in turquoise waters. Only around 600 people live there, most of them masters of fishing, boat building, and carving out a life with salt in their veins. But Dagura isn't just charming, it's epic. It's one of the very few places on Earth where you can swim next to whale sharks, gentle giants that look like underwater buses but eat like plankton-loving ballerinas. No teeth, no drama. Just you, the ocean, and a creature that could swallow your kayak whole if it wanted to. But it doesn't, because it's chill, like Dagura itself. Now switch gears to Thadu Island and you've got yourself a plot twist. This isn't a beach bum's paradise. It's the agricultural heart of the Maldives. People here grow 15-pound watermelons, and honestly, that's enough to earn our respect. About 1,400 folks live on this oval-shaped gem, just 20 kilometers from the main atoll's northern edge. And if you thought farming was all they did, think again. Hidden among the greenery are ancient Buddhist ruins. One even coughed up a Roman coin from 90 BC. Just casually sitting there like a time traveler's tip jar. This island isn't just alive, it's been alive for over 2,000 years. And then there's Full Hadu Island, the plot's final twist and easily the most poetic. It's one of the largest islands in the entire Maldives, spread across a generous 216 acres, but somehow, barely anyone lives there. Maybe that's its charm. It's about 130 miles from Malé, which means it's far enough to escape the buzz but close enough to keep you dreaming. Crystal clear coral reefs, 85 degrees Fahrenheit ocean water all year round, and total silence except for waves and wind. Full Hadu is what the Maldives looked like before the Instagram filters, before resorts, before infinity pools. It's peace, untouched and pure. Now let's talk about Malé, a city that feels like someone hit the zoom button on a whole country and squeezed it into 2.2 square miles. It's the smallest capital city in the world, but don't let the size fool you. With nearly 200,000 people packed into this tiny island, it's one of the most densely populated places on Earth. Think rush hour, but tropical. It's chaotic, colorful, and full of life, like a coral reef turned urban. And right in the middle of all that hustle, the Old Friday Mosque. This isn't your average monument. It's made entirely from coral stone, and it's been standing strong since the 12th century. It's not just a place of worship. It's a living reminder of the Maldives' deep Islamic roots, echoing back through centuries of history and seafaring culture. Now sail over to Mafushi Island, and it feels like the volume's been turned down to something way more relaxed. Just 33 acres in size, but it's become a favorite for travelers who want more than just fancy resorts. Guest houses, home-cooked meals, and warm conversations make it a true cultural bridge between tradition and tourism. And the real magic? It's surrounded by part of the world's largest coral reef system, with over 2,000 species of fish doing their own version of rush hour, only way prettier and with a lot more fins. Now dive a little deeper, literally, because the real Maldives magic? It's underwater. These clear blue waters aren't just for pretty postcards, they're home to over 2,000 species of fish, from shimmering schools of the tiniest reef dwellers to majestic manta rays, stingrays, and eagle rays gliding like underwater aircrafts. And the coral reefs, they're not just beautiful, they're the 8th largest on the planet, bursting with color and life like some wild aquatic fireworks show. But if there's one place that takes the underwater crown, it's Ba Atoll, a UNESCO biosphere reserve that's basically the Maldives' version of a marine treasure chest. It's got rare pink hydrozone corals, surreal biodiversity, and even whale sharks showing up like they're invited guests to the reef's daily party. And then there are the real ancient souls of the sea. The turtles, green, hawksbill, and leatherback sea turtles all call this place home, each one gliding through the water like it's been here since the dawn of time. Add to that a lineup of sperm whales, killer whales, and pilot whales drifting through, plus striped, spotted, and bottlenose dolphins flipping and playing in the surf, and you've got yourself an underwater universe that feels more like a dream than a destination. Maldivian culture isn't just influenced by the sea, it's practically carved out of it. Every wave, every breeze, every tide has left its mark. The local language, Divihai, flows with rhythm and history, written in a script called Thana that looks like a mix of secret code and art. It actually evolved from Arabic numerals back in the 16th century, because of course even the alphabet here has a maritime backstory. Then there's the Doni, the traditional Maldivian boat that's less of a vessel and more of a legacy. These aren't mass-produced. They're handcrafted masterpieces, built to ride everything from calm lagoons to wild open seas. Each one is a floating tribute to generations of boat builders, tweaking and tuning wood like it's an instrument of survival. And if you're hungry, the Maldives won't disappoint. The food is an ode to fish and coconut, but not in a boring beach shack kind of way. These flavors are bold, fresh, and totally unique to the region. Think curries with a coastal twist and snacks that pack a spicy surprise. As for the soul of the place, it's in the music, the dance, and the hands of its artisans. You'll catch echoes of East Africa, Arabia, and the Indian subcontinent woven into everything from lacquered wooden boxes to reed mats that are more than just decor. They're storytelling tools passed down like heirlooms. This isn't just island life. It's a culture that dances to the rhythm of the ocean. But not all paradise stories have a fairy tale ending. At least, not yet. The Maldives, as stunning as it is, sits on the edge of a global crisis. With 80% of its land less than 1 meter above sea level, this island nation isn't just watching climate change from afar, it's living it. The Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has already sounded the alarm. If sea levels keep rising at the current pace, the Maldives could become uninhabitable by 2100. That's not a distant future. That's within a lifetime. And it's not just predictions, it's already happening. According to the Maldives Meteorological Service, sea levels here have been rising at 97 to 117 millimeters per year for decades. If that trend continues, we're talking about a possible 1 meter rise by century's end, which could swallow entire islands. Imagine losing your entire country, not to war or disaster, but to a slow, creeping tide, But don't count the Maldivians out. These islanders aren't backing down. They're building hope. Literally. Enter the Maldives floating city, a bold, futuristic response that looks like something out of science fiction, but it's happening. By 2027, this project aims to host 20,000 people in 5,000 floating homes, all laid out in a stunning hexagonal grid that mimics the shape of brain coral. Beauty with purpose. And get this, it'll be just 10 minutes by boat from Malé. It's designed to rise with the sea, not run from it. That's more than innovation, it's resilience in action. Homes will start at around $250,000, aiming to serve everyone from international buyers to local fishing families whose roots in these waters go back generations. It's not just a survival plan, it's a blueprint for the future of coastal living. From Hithadhu's World War II history to Thulistu's legendary surf breaks, every Maldivian island brings its own flavor to this tropical mosaic. And then there's Fuvahmulah, a true outlier with its freshwater lakes, ocean access, and species found nowhere else on Earth. But behind all this wonder is a sobering reality. The Maldives is spending $10 million a year just to stay afloat, literally. Experts say it may need nearly $9 billion to protect what's already here. This isn't just a vacation destination, it's a living story of survival and innovation, where every sunset, every coral reef, and every traditional dhoni tells a tale of resilience. The Maldives shows us what it means to live with nature, not against it, and how hope floats even when the future is uncertain. So if you're dreaming of powdery sands and luminous waters, now's the time. Visit, explore, support. Let these islands teach you what it means to thrive at the edge of possibility. Like, share, and subscribe for more awe-inspiring journeys and help us keep this paradise on the map. Because some places aren't just beautiful, they're worth fighting for.